And welcome back to class, everybody. Um, so Connor Mulligan thought it would be a great idea for me to make a video to review how to do the project. So remember, you're finding a curvy road with uh, at least 4 curves if you're working alone, or 6 curves if you're working with a partner. And the first thing you need to do, remember you're in Google Earth Pro, so you go online to download it, take the ruler icon, click on that, and then find a straightaway and measure the length. So you can set this for feet or miles depending on what you're measuring. So here we have 266.44 feet. So you jot that down. And then we need to copy this picture into Sketchpad. So the point of just measuring this one length is we need to establish a scale between real life and Sketchpad. So you go to Edit, Copy Image, and then you're going to open up GSP and paste that in. And then don't play around with changing the size because it might throw off the scale. Now we can measure a line segment over the line that we drew, and then measure length. Whoops. So I'll drag that over, and you can change the coloring of all of these measurements and line segments to make them appear better. So we have 3.73 centimeters. So the scale becomes 3.73 centimeters to 266.44 feet. Now we need to get measurements for the rest of the road. So you can measure all the straightaways just using line segments. But now for the curves, remember you need to figure out the arc length. And in order to do that, we actually have to measure, we have to construct the center of the circle or center of the arc. So what we had talked about is you place a couple points on the curve, and I'll put it right about here where the becomes a straightaway. And then remember, the center of the circle is found when you construct the perpendicular bisector of 2 non-parallel chords. So you can construct the midpoint and then construct the perpendicular line. And then we'll do that again. So let's make another chord, construct midpoint, and then click the midpoint and the chord, construct perpendicular line. And you could do that out the long way as well with circles if you like. So the intersection is the center of that circle. So construct the point and then the circle. I'm actually going to make that a little bit darker. So you can right click the circle. You can change the color, the thickness. There, let's make it yellow. So now you need to construct the radii, and then that's going to help you find the arc measure. So remember, the measure of this central angle is equal to the arc measure. So let's find the measure of the angle, select the points, construct, no, not construct, measure angle, So now that's 172.92. Now that's the the obtuse angle. That's the minor arc measure. In this particular case, we want the major arc measure, so that will be 360 minus 172.92. So now to get the arc length, remember the formula is 2 pi r times the angle over 360. So you need the measure of the radius. So let's only click for the radius, measure distance. So 1.93 is the radius. So it'll be 2 times pi times 1.93 times, and then it's the major arc for the central angle, so 360 minus 172.92, and that measurement is divided by 360. So then you can get the total length of this entire street, and then you're going to compare it to Google Maps, which I will show you in just a minute. So you open up regular Google Maps, and then we want to find the theoretical length of the street. So you can type in the search bar the word directions, and then it has you choose a starting point and an ending point. So you can actually click the starting point and then wherever your end point might be, and then this will tell you the length here. So in this case, it was a half mile. So what I expect you to do with this page is copy this into your Google Doc. So I know it won't be to scale, that's perfectly fine, but copy and paste this into your Google Doc, and you can do that with Snipping Tool. So you go to your Start menu or the search bar and type Snipping Tool, and that should come up. If you don't have that, you can use Control and then find the button Print Screen on your keyboard, and that will snip what's on your screen into an image file. And then you can paste it with Control V or Edit Paste right into your doc. So you're going to put this picture into your Google Doc. You will put the sketch pad in there as well, and you could do that with Snipping Tool or copy and paste, and also with the GSP I would like one copy with the map behind it and one copy with the map hidden. So I can actually show you this. Let's go to Sketchpad. So when you're done, you can actually right click and hide the picture, and then it will go away. So I would save one with the picture and one without the picture. So then at the end, you'll have your whole road mapped out on Sketchpad, and then we'll be able to see all the measurements nice and clear. So then you can even drag the measurements where they belong. Now, don't forget, these measurements are in centimeters, and you are going to be calculating this in feet or miles before you compare it with the theoretical length. So you're going to use your scale that you made. So in this case, it was 3.73 centimeters. Let's actually write that. So you would write scale 3.73 centimeters equals 266.44 feet, just like that. So that should be on your drawing. But I'm okay if you list everything in centimeters and then just convert your final length into feet or miles or whatever. All right. So then just make sure you are following the rubric and answering every single question. Remember the formatting Um, all math should be center aligned. Use equation editor, which I think is in insert in Google Docs, insert equation. And then remember all explanations are left aligned. And then explain everything thoroughly. And if you want me to give you some feedback before it's due on Thursday, go ahead and share with me and ask me for some help or editing. And as always, you can email me with general questions. You can ask each other for help. You can instant message me through Gmail, any of that. So I hope you guys are doing well. You're going to have an open notes test on Wednesday, so I'll send you the test will be posted on Google Classroom. You can print it, or you can, if you don't have a printer that's working, you can just do it on a separate pieces of paper, and then and go from there. So just let me know if you have questions, and have a good day. Bye-bye.